What's up, everyone? I'm in such a great mood right now. So I decided I'll film a video. Today we are going to just do a little get ready with me. Ignore me, I'm playing with my my hair clips. I'm gonna put them in my hair to keep my hair out of my face. I'm gonna do a little get ready with me. Probably gonna chat about some stuff that's going on that's not really important, but it's important to me. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So these are just like little plastic clips. I think they're from like Amazon or something. I just put them in my hair to keep the foundation from getting in my hair, which happens to me like very easily. I don't know how it doesn't happen to other people. So before I started filming, I put on the glow screen from Supergoop, and that's why my face is really shiny right now. So yeah, just wanted to let y'all know. So I'm gonna start with the Fenty Beauty Easy Drops Blurring Skin Tint. This is in, I think the shade is just 1. I think it's the lightest shade. It wouldn't surprise me. So I'm gonna get this on. So like I said, I'm in a really good mood right now. The weather's so nice. It's been like the weather where I lived these last few weeks has been really like, oh see, it's still getting in my hair, has been really not ideal. It's been like cold and it's rained like, I swear, every day. I remember like a day or two ago, the sun came out and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen the sun in weeks. And people were like, that's not true. I'm like, yes it is. Okay. But yeah, so the sun today is making me so happy, and it's warm. It's like, well, it's warm for me. It is probably in the 60s, I think, today. I think it might get warmer though. I think it should hit the 70s. This is just how I choose to apply this. I like to kind of almost not, clearly it's not rubbed in, but like press it in with my finger and then use the sponge. My sponge that I'm using is from Amazon as well. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description. But the reason I'm also in a good mood today is that the trailer for season 4 of Stranger Things has finally been released. When I say like I have been waiting forever for this trailer, I have been waiting forever. I don't know if any of you watch this show. It's a really great show. It's I joke because it's really uncharacteristic, out of character for me to like this show, because I'm a very girly girl. Like, you can tell I'm doing my makeup on camera, and just like from the little bit of my bedroom that you can see behind me, I'm a very girly person, a very girly girl. And this show is, if you've seen Stranger Things, you know it's like, it's not a girly show. It can be. Like, there's one scene where if you know who the characters are, they're Max and 11 are like shopping at the mall. It's probably the girliest scene in the whole show though. It's a good scene though. The background song is there's an ant on the ground here. Ignore that. Okay. The background song is Material Girl by Madonna. So I feel like that's why it feels like a girly scene to me. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Yeah, it's the hydrating version. I like it a lot better than the matte version. There's 2 of them. This is in the shade Fair Rose, and you really don't need a lot of this. It's very like that was probably more than I need. But as I was saying, I've been waiting, I'm so sorry. I've been waiting for this trailer for a very long time. The 3rd season of this show came out 3 years ago now. So it has been a very long time coming. It got very delayed due to COVID. I kind of joke because, I mean, obviously COVID messed up a lot of things for all sorts of things in both people's personal life and the whole world. And I feel like everyone kind of has their own story of like when COVID first hit, like where they were when they found out that everything was gonna kind of close. And when I like think of that week in March of 2020. I remember being in like my dorm room. I was a sophomore in college at the time, and I remember like finding out that we were going to be sent home for the rest of the semester. And I mean, I really couldn't have cared less. Like, I was like, oh, cool. I was kind of happy to be at home. I liked living at school, but I didn't care at all that they were sending me home in the slightest. You know what I did really care about? When I found out that they were shutting down production for season 4 of Stranger Things. They'd only filmed like for a couple of weeks, and I remember reading they were like, oh yeah, we're shutting down because of COVID, and I was like, that's ridiculous. No, you're not. I'm like, and I was so frustrated because they didn't then restart filming for almost 6 months. So I feel like that is a big reason that the show got so delayed. Wow, this is looking really nice. I don't mean to sound so surprised. The only part where it's kind of messed up is right here, because the sunscreen is sitting a little funny underneath. But, so like all that to say, I've been waiting for this for years. Like literal years. Like more than 2 years. They only released the, they only announced the release date in February, I think. And that was like, this is probably my favorite day so far of 2022. It's 2022. That was probably my second favorite. To be fair, not a lot has really happened for me in this year yet, but a lot is going to happen. Like the summer is my busier months. I also totally didn't say what blush I'm using. This is the Florence by Mills. Mine is broken. These aren't the best quality compacts. Cheek Me Later Cream Blush in the shade Shy Shy. There it is right there. This is a very light shade. So you can kind of like go in a little bit crazier with this one compared to some of the other shades. But I really like them. This is actually Millie Bobby Brown's brand, who plays 11 in Stranger Things. But yeah, so I've been waiting a very long time. It's finally here, and I watched it, probably the trailer. I've probably seen it 6 times already, and it came out like less than 2 hours ago. It's crazy. If you watch that show, you need to watch the trailer like right now. If you haven't seen it already. Things are not looking great for some of the characters, let me just say that. There's some crazy stuff going on in that trailer. I highly recommend you watch the show if you haven't seen it, even if like you don't think it's up your alley. I didn't think it was up my alley either. The show came out in 2016, and I didn't actually watch it until 2019. So I took my time getting into that show because I was like, it just doesn't look like a show I'd be into. And I was wrong. It's so great. I will stop rambling about this in a second, I swear. But all that to say, you should go watch the trailer. If you've already seen it, like, it's so crazy. This is the first season that doesn't really... Every other season has just taken place in Hawkins, the town that they live in, and this one is like really spread out. Like the different characters are in different places. I like to use my blender just to kind of blend in the blush a little bit to like get rid of any harsh lines there. I'm looking really pale right now. I know, just bear with me, it's not summer yet. But yeah, this is the first season that they're kind of stepping outside of Hawkins, and it looks crazy. My favorite characters are Max and Steve, and I just feel like one of them isn't gonna make it to the end of the season. And if I had to guess, before seeing the trailer, I would have guessed Steve. Now I think Max is done for. I could totally be wrong, and I hope I am. But, yeah. I'm going in now with I'll show it in a second, the Wet n Wild Loose Powder. I think it's like the Photo Focus line. I really like this one. It's very, it doesn't add a ton of pigment. It adds a little bit, but it's just very, fine. And it doesn't look super cakey on the skin. And I just put this in the areas that I find either crease or get a little bit more oily. I just need a little bit of extra help. But yeah, I hope she lives to the end. I hope her and Steve both live to the end. I just feel like one of them is not going to. I'm really unlucky. All of my favorite characters usually die, so that's why I'm just like, one of them isn't gonna make it. Hopefully I'm wrong. When the season comes out, I will... Actually, I don't really know if I should say, because there might be people who haven't seen it and don't want to know yet. I'm next going in with the GRWM Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. This one I like a lot because, okay, mine's like, I've like kind of scratched at it, if you can't tell. It's really pretty though in the compact. I like this because it's like a little, I mean, it says hydrate. I don't know if I don't really feel like any powders are hydrating, but if one was, it would be this one. And I just kind of use this to keep the rest of my makeup in place without it looking too dry. I keep totally forgetting what I was talking about before I went in with the next product. It's fine. And I should have been saying all along what brushes I'm using. This is from It Cosmetics brushes for Ulta collection. It's the Essential, I can't talk, Essential Powder Brush. But I'm very excited. The season comes out in May, the first half of the season. That's another funny story. My friends and I have been planning a trip to Six Flags. We went last summer, and we're planning on going again this summer. Obviously, we want to go in May. And this is the, I'm really bad at saying the product I'm using. This is a Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips, all in one nude custom palette for eyes and face. Hold on one sec. I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. The all-in-one for face and eyes. And I just stick up to this half of it. You can tell I've really made a dent in this section. Sometimes I use these bottom ones on like my eyes, but I mostly just use this for highlight. But yeah, we're planning a trip, and we were like, all right, what's a weekend that works for everyone in May? And someone suggested the 28th, and I was like, well, that's the weekend Stranger Things comes out. And they were like, so, like, can't you watch it when we get home? And I was like, well, yeah, but like, what if we're standing in line waiting for a ride and someone else around us has already seen it and they're talking about it? Like, I don't want it to be spoiled. And they were like, you're being ridiculous. So we will be going on the 28th. And I told them, though, I said, if I hear anything while we're there, I'm going to be really mad at both my friends for picking that weekend and the person who said something. This is the Ilia Sunlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In. This is a really nice bronzer. It's like the perfect, I'm so sorry, it's like the perfect shade. Oh, I closed it. I'm still using it. My bad. But all that to say, we will be going in May. That will be fun, though. Even if they do spoil Stranger Things for me, it will still be fun. I almost considered, I'm like, maybe to avoid spoilers, I'll just watch the whole season the day it premieres. Now, some of you might be like, if you like the show so much, why aren't you doing that anyway? Because I waited 3 years for this show, I'm not going to finish it all in one day. I mean, it is coming out in 2 parts. That would be 4. I did it on both hands. It's coming out in 2 parts. So, even if I did watch the whole part 1 in one day, at least there's another part coming out like a month later. But still, I've waited a long time. I'm like really going to savor this. And also, it would probably be a lot of TV to watch in one day if I did do that. Also, it's coming out in like May, so the weather will be nice, so I don't want to be inside watching TV all day. That sounds silly. I remember the 3rd season came out on the 4th of July, and I was like busy all day because we had plans because it was the 4th of July, and it wasn't until probably like 9:30 at night that my friend and I were like, all right, let's watch the first episode. And all day it was killing me because I was like, I've been so excited for this to come out, and it's out now and I'm not watching, but like, it's the 4th of July. I'm like, I need to enjoy the holiday. And I did, and I still watched it, and it was a good time, so I don't regret that. So I'll probably do something similar. It would be weird to not watch a show at night. That's the thing with Netflix shows now, like streaming shows, is that they come out at like, I live on the East Coast, so I think they usually come out at 3 in the morning because they usually drop them at midnight for like the West Coast, and then that would be 3 a.m. on the East Coast. So it's out by the time like we're waking up in the morning. But that's not how you watch TV. I used to watch Pretty Little Liars religiously. I'm a bit ashamed, but I was like young. Even if I would still watch it now, it's not a great show. It's really interesting, but like now that I watch it back, I'm like, that was such a poor quality show. It was fun to watch. It was a lot of fun. But I didn't really know how good some TV was when I watched that. So, a quick pause. I'm going to use the Glossier. I never really know if you're supposed to say the R or not. I'm from Boston, so we drop our R's anyway, so I can just call it Glossier and say that's why. I don't live in Boston anymore, though. I used to. I really liked it there. It's where I learned to talk, which is why I talk like I'm from Boston. Alright, I'm back. I had to take a quick pause. Someone in my family came home, and I didn't want them to hear me talking to myself and think I'm crazy. But where I left off, I'm sorry if the lighting's, like, the sun keeps going behind a cloud and coming back. So if it's throwing you off, I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Boy Brow now. And I believe I was talking about how I used to watch Pretty Little Liars. And I hope this is where I was planning on going with this. I took like a 15-minute pause. I think I was gonna say, with that kind of a show, it like premiered one episode every week, which I'm sure some of you definitely have watched shows like that. But now I feel like streaming shows are way more popular than like shows that only premiere once a week. But because that's what I'm used to, I feel like it's like wrong to not watch a show at night. So I will wait. I always wait until the end of the night to watch a show, even if it's released early in the morning. The same thing happened with the show Outer Banks. I don't know if anybody's seen that. I'm sure someone has. That's a good show too. I don't like that one quite as much as Stranger Things. Like, I definitely think Stranger Things is better than Outer Banks is, but I still really enjoy that one. I'm actually watching through it right now. I'm rewatching it right now because my birthday's this weekend, and what I usually do to like count down to my birthday, this is gonna make me sound like such a loser, is I'll watch an episode of Stranger Things every day leading up to my birthday, just as like a fun countdown almost. But this year, because season 4 comes out on May 27th, I'm gonna watch an episode a day leading up to when the show comes out. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna want to watch it an episode a day now until the end, like middle of April, and then have like 2 weeks off and then rewatch it again. So I was like, we'll watch Outer Banks this year instead. It's a good show. It's, like I said, I don't like it quite as much as Stranger Things, but it's still fun to watch. But that one, when the second season came out, it was a lot of fun. I was on vacation when the second season came out of that show. And there were 10 episodes, and we watched 2 episodes every night on like Monday through Friday. And that was a lot of fun. But we would wait until nighttime. Like, it has to be dark. If it's not dark out, it's no fun. Alright, so now I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Always Naked palette. I got it on Amazon. And you have to just be careful ordering from Amazon. So, like, this shade came completely shattered. Granted, it's a glitter shade, so it probably wasn't pressed in there super, like, hard. So it was very fragile. So in the shipping, it got a little broken. I fixed it as well as I could, but you can, like, see, I can't get it open now. You can see that, like, there's some of it is definitely missing. But I probably am not going to use that shade much anyway, because like I said, it's a glitter shade. It would be fabulous if the sun came back. Let me see if I can make my light a little brighter. I can't, so we're just going to deal with it. So I don't want really too intense of a look right now. I'm probably just going to go in with, like, these top 4 shades. So I'll start with this really light one. Now, this palette I really like a lot. The shades are especially the lighter ones, have like a lot of kickback. So when you put your brush in, a lot of powder is going to come out at you. So just a warning. And this I'm just going to kind of fluff all over the place, because it's like basically the same color as my skin. This is just kind of to create a base. Just set the lid. I know some people will go straight in they're like, oh, you shouldn't set your eyelids because you shouldn't. But I find if I don't, then, because I'm like very pale. So if I don't do that, it's like looks really awkward. Like the first shade goes on and it's really too intense. So now I'm gonna go into this one right here. I wish these had names, but they don't. So yeah, like this one, I've only used it a couple times and I'm already like making a dent in the pan. So that's how lightweight these are. I'm sorry that every time this like shines light on me in the mirror. Oh, I think the sun's coming back. That's good. So I'm gonna put this in my crease here. I'm gonna need a little bit more. I don't want to tap it because it makes a lot of noise there. I feel like there's gonna be a very distinct cut between when I was filming before my family member came in the house and now, because I don't really remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about Stranger Things, but now my mind is not quite as on that, which is probably good because I'd been rambling about it for quite a while. But I mean, that kind of just gets me excited for summer because that show, I consider it a summer show, even though most of the seasons don't take place in the summertime. Though I think it's because the first season I watched when it actually premiered was the third season, which came out in June. No, it came out in July. I just said that a few minutes ago. So I associate it with summer, so it's getting me really excited for summer in general. And I have a lot coming up these next couple of weeks. So like I said, this weekend is Easter and my birthday's this weekend, that's a lot of fun actually. I'm excited for that. Next weekend is like the only weekend in the next 2 months that I don't have any plans. I think I actually work next weekend, which is kind of sad, but I don't always hate working on the weekend. Sometimes it gives me something fun to do. Not exactly fun, but it gives me something to do. It can be fun. If we're not too busy where I work, it actually can be a lot of fun. All right, so now I'm hoping that's showing up on camera. I think it is. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm going to kind of keep it on the outsides here of my eye, but I'll, like the outside, the outer half. I don't know if that's a term. It is now. Okay. Now, I almost never apply eyeshadow shimmer shades. I obviously apply my matte shades with a brush. I almost never apply my shimmers with a brush because I just find it so much easier and it just goes on so much nicer if you use your finger. I'm making a really funny face right now. I'm aware of that. And then I always use, I should pay more attention to other people when they do their makeup. I always use, if it's the left eye, I use my left hand. You probably don't have to do that, but I just find that you can get a way better angle doing it this way. I totally have the song that they were using in that trailer stuck in my head. I don't even know what song it is. I have no clue. I don't know how to look it up either because it's kind of hard to tell what they're saying in the trailer. All right. Let's see, are they even? I think so. Honestly, I could just leave it at that, but just for fun, I'm gonna use my pinky to get like the inner corner with this white shade here. Now this one is like it's almost a glitter, but it's not. So you really don't need to go in with too much. Yeah. There. I'll do the same thing with my pinky. I'm trying to reduce fallout by blowing on it. I don't know. I think it works. I feel like I got way more on that eye than the other one. That's okay. Alright, that was looking good. Now, I don't think I brought a mascara in here, so I might have to go get one. But before that, I'll do my lips. So this is the L'Oreal Paris. I don't think I need to say that. This totally doesn't say what it is. I think it's like a glossy balm. It's in the shade 40 Blissful Blush. I love this. It's really like, oh, I love the noise it makes when I open it. Okay, it's not super pigmented, but it feels so great on the lips. See, isn't that nice? There's like a truck going by, so apologies if you can hear it. This actually matches my shirt pretty well. Oh, I totally missed. This is why I should look in the mirror and not in the camera. And we'll go in one more time. I probably didn't need to go back in it. I did. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab some mascara, and then that's the last thing I need to do before I'm done. I'm back. I'm using the It Cosmetics Hello Lashes mascara. This one's not my favorite, but it's one of the better ones I have at the moment, so it's the one I'm going to use. Clearly I need to go to the store and buy some, but it's fine. I can probably take these out now too. I guess mascara can easily get in the hair as well, but I don't care because I already took one out. There. My hair's not looking its best today, but it's not bad either. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad mascara. I just feel like there are ones I like a lot better. I'm doing kind of intense mascara for having done kind of lighter makeup on the rest of the face, but that's okay. Ooh, I like to use my left hand when I do my left eye. I don't know how people use their right hand for both eyes. Like, I really struggle with that. My apologies if I'm making a really funny face when I put the mascara on. Okay. It's a more dry formula. If you can't tell, I'm like the brush is almost getting stuck in my lashes when I go in for a second coat. But it's okay. Alright, so I'm done. See if I can get, no, that didn't like add any light. The lighting was better when the sun was out, but it still is looking fine. That's really all I have for today. I hope that y'all learned something or enjoyed listening to me talk about the Stranger Things trailer, which was not supposed to be the point of this video, but that's almost what it turned into. It's fine. I talked about some other fun things. But yeah, so it's a fun time of year. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm excited to film more videos, and I'll definitely be vlogging a lot because, like I said, I have a lot coming up. But I do want to film more of these, sit down and just kind of do my makeup and chat, because that is a lot of fun for me. I'm someone who, well, one, I love doing makeup, and two, I love to talk. And when I'm home by myself during the day, I have no one to talk to. So at least here even if no one's watching this, I talk to myself. So yeah, I'm excited. I want to film more of these. I actually do have a package from Sephora coming in the mail this week from the Sephora sale, so maybe I'll try some of that stuff out on camera. So we'll see. If you liked this video, please actually like it on YouTube. I totally don't know where the like button. I think it's down in this corner. Oh, but this might flip, so it might be down in this corner. I look crazy. And if you want more of this chaos, feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you liked this video. See you in the next one. Hopefully. Goodbye.